Well, hi there. My name is Christopher Scott, and I'm coming to you with another quick small group ministry tip. And in this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of celebrating in your group, right? So usually in the months of May and in November, a lot of groups kind of conclude their study that they've been going through. They might spend 8 to 12 weeks or 13 weeks going through a study together. Then they kind of come towards the end in May and November. And I think it's good for groups to have some time just to celebrate the end of their study and to have a little bit of fun, right? For me, I know I usually need to remind myself that it's good for groups to have fun and celebrate because I'm a little bit more rigid in when I lead small groups. Like I want to do this, this lesson this week, this lesson this week. I kind of map out all the weeks to make sure we're on track. And then a lot of times we come to the end of the study and end, and I'm like, man, we didn't even have any time just for fellowship or to enjoy each other. So that's why it's good to have maybe 1 week at the end of your study where you just enjoy some time together and just celebrate together, right? One of the reasons that I encourage the small groups of our church to use the Warren Wiersbe Bible study guides is because there's usually 8 lessons in each guide, which it's kind of tough to get through all 8 lessons in 8 weeks. Sometimes it takes a little longer. But usually after the 8 lessons, there's a summary lesson. It's a summary and review that is optional. You don't really have to do it. But it's only 8 questions instead of 15. So it's a lot shorter and a little bit more basic. And the idea there is that you end the study with a meal or maybe over coffee, and that you just have a little bit shorter study and celebrate the study and just conclude the study with a little review. So that's one thing you can do. Here's some other ideas you can do in your small group to celebrate. You can do a shorter study like the Wiersbe studies do. You can just gather together and kind of celebrate with a little bit of a meal. You can have some people, either you can cook as the host or the facilitator, which is not ideal because you're already facilitating the discussion. Best is to do is have other people. So you can have a meal, maybe a potluck, encourage everybody to bring food. Maybe there's somebody in your group that really likes to cook or really likes to barbecue, and that person might want to host that week at their house, right? So instead of having it at my house where I facilitate, next week or for our last week, we're going to meet at Joe's house, and he's going to barbecue for us, and we're all going to bring sodas, potato salad, whatever that might be. That's another idea. Or I think something you can do is you can go to church together to celebrate the end of your study, right? So you might say, we're all going to go to church together and sit together on Sunday, and then we're going to go to lunch afterwards. Or our church that I work at has a Saturday service at 4:15. So they might say, we're all going to go to church on Saturday together, and then we're going to go to dinner afterwards as a way to celebrate. Those are just some ideas. So I think as you facilitate small groups, it's important to celebrate and have fun. And if you're like me, you have to be very intentional to schedule it. Other people might be easier. You might celebrate and have fun a lot more easier or already be doing that. So if you celebrate and have fun in your small group, I would love to hear about it. Leave a comment below what you do to celebrate and have fun and how that has worked for your small group. I appreciate you watching this video. If you like what you saw and want to subscribe and get updates on future videos I create, you can subscribe up here. You can find other small group ministry tip videos up here, and then a few other videos down here that you might like as well. Thanks for watching. Hope to catch you again